Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about Ardenweald, and more specifically, one of the races of Ardenweald, and that is the Sylvar. Now, these are actually called fawns in the game files. A lot of people have been calling them that, but the official name that's just come out is the Sylvar. But before we get into all of that, guys, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to check me out streaming on Twitch, I'm there every single day. Right, so this is a series that I've been doing on the channel. We start off with the Venthyr. If you're interested in the customization options for the Venthyr, you can check that video out in the description below this video or in the top right of your screen right now. So these are the Sylvar, these are the Ardenweald guys. This is a race that is, you know, I think this is one of the more popular ones in certain circles. And I think a lot of people really do like this race. They look great, honestly. Their graphics are just so high fidelity and they really do look like a playable race. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say this is not confirmation of them being playable, absolutely not. Maybe it will happen down the line. A similar thing happened with different races like the Mechanomes, like Volpira, like the Zandalari, but as of right now there is no confirmation of these being a race, but they do have a lot of cool customization options which we're going to take a look at today. So let's just begin with the male Sylvar, and this is what they look like. The male and female are both based off of the Draenei female model. Now, as you can tell, just looking at them, you can tell that they are based off the Draenei female model, but they do have some custom animations for them which we'll get into in a bit. But first, let's take a look at the skin color options. So this is the first one. It's kind of a darker color. I do like the fade in between the gray and it gets darker as you go down the body there. Really do like that. And the face looking a lot lighter than the rest of the body. You could just kind of tell, like, look at the fur detail on that. That looks so good. And the art team have really outdone themselves on this race. So the next one is this. If you couldn't tell, the hair color is also linked to the fur color, kind of similar to how the Worgen work. But yeah, as you can see, this is kind of the brownie colored one. Then you have this one, which is kind of like a blonde. Like, the blonde hair looks awesome, and then the lighter fur color. Really do like this one. I like how it kind of changes the color of the horns as well, as you can see there at the top. Those are customizable, which we're going to look at in a minute. But yeah, the blonde color one is really cool and very different to the others, which I really do like about this specific race. And the final and fourth one is Sylvar. Wow, this looks awesome. What a great looking color. Really does make such a difference having these different varieties of skin color that are so different from each other. Massive fan of that. I think all the 4 skin colors that we currently have available are really cool. And honestly, 4 skin colors is already more than the Nightborn. Just saying. Now into the hairstyles for the Sylvar male, and there are 3 to choose from. This is the first one right here, which we just saw, which is the long kind of style. Big fan of that. I think it looks really great, actually. You can see that it kind of goes down the back there. It's using that kind of new style of hair that we've seen in some of like the new human hairstyles and stuff, where it's like a lot more detailed. They've used a kind of different texture that we've not seen in World of Warcraft before, and I honestly think it looks pretty great. This is the next one right here. Very different to the last one. It's kind of in braids on the sides there, with a little kind of top knot at the top there, as you can see. But yeah, short at the back, kind of stylized. You know, it's a very interesting hairstyle that we've not actually seen on any sort of race in World of Warcraft before. Yeah, pretty interesting actually. I do like the braids. They do have a little bit of physics there, as you can see, as he's kind of breathing. They are moving around independently, which I think is really great. And finally, we have this one, which is a shorter version of all the rest. This is so different. I like it. Like, I don't know, you look by the ears there, you can kind of see the tufts of hair sticking out. A lot different. Those 3 hairstyles are really cool, and as I said, they do come in a variety of colors, which are all linked to the fur color of the Sylvar. Alright, so let's move into the horn styles. Now, as you can see, there are no horns on this one. You can actually disable the horns. Doesn't really work, as you can see, there are just holes in his head, so I don't think this is intended. But let's take a look at the first style, which is this one right here that we've seen the most. Kind of a big, glowing style. Now, these glows can actually be disabled, so you kind of get this look where it's not as glowy, but I think the glowing is meant to be there. You can kind of tell that they're kind of a mystical creature of the Forest of Ardenweald, which is really cool. So this style, really cool, kind of big, and really makes your character silhouette look really awesome. Next one is this one, which is kind of similar to maybe like a Tauren or something like that. You can see the horns kind of going around the face there, going towards the eyes. That is such a different look to the last one, and I think that's what's really cool about this specific race, is that a lot of the styles are so different to the last. And yeah, this one is definitely a unique look, and yeah, very different. I'm not that big of a fan of it, but yeah, it looks okay. And finally, you have this one. You have tall, spiky horns. All of them kind of originate from the same holes that you can see in the head there. A little bit of shape on the sides there, but when you do look from the front, it does actually kind of just look like he has 2 big horns sticking out the top there. I think it's a good look, honestly. It's not the worst. It's better than the last one, in my opinion, but I think my favorite is definitely going to be that first one, which just looks so awesome. Makes the silhouette look so much better. So now onto the female model. As you can tell, they are still using that Draenei female rigging. Animations are unique though, which we will get into in a bit. But yeah, this is the female model, and it does actually use the exact same skin options as the male. And as the male, it does change the color of the hair, which is awesome. And then, as you can see, like the blonde one looks really cool. The silver one looks so awesome. I'm such a big fan of the silver one specifically, but I think the kind of standard look that we're going to see a lot in Ardenweald is probably going to be kind of the dark-haired Sylvar, which is going to be one of the more common looks we'll see throughout Ardenweald and the Night Fae. Okay, so getting into hairstyles here, much like the male, there are 3 options to choose from, but they are very different to the males, which I think is really great. This is the first one right here, which is a longer style with a little braid at the back. I think it looks good. I think the graphics are good on it. I think the texture looks really good on it. I like the kind of sweep on the top there just by the ears. I think that's a really good look and a super unique hairstyle that we've not seen before. This is the second one, a kind of shorter style, similar to the male one, but not with the braids going down the left and right hand sides. You can see it does have a bit of a fringe though. I think that looks great with the kind of top knot there and shorter at the back, but I think it's a really great look. And as I said, like a lot of the female styles are very different to the males, which I think is really cool and unique and kind of a little sign that there might be something coming up. And this is the last hairstyle right here. Now from the front it looks like a shorter hairstyle, but if you go around the back there's a little party going on and you have a ponytail. So yeah, this is the last style for the females. Pretty good look. As I said, from the front kind of looks like a short style, but from the back a little ponytail there, which you can see as we move around it does move in the wind, which is really cool to have a bit of physics on that hairstyle. So getting into the final customization option now, and that is the horn style. Much like the males, you can disable the glow, which gives them kind of this look, but I think the intention is to have the glow, and I think in-game this will probably look a lot better as well. So this is the first style, kind of standard, not too kind of out there, not as big as the males' first style. Their style was really huge, and this one's a little bit more discreet. This is the second horn style, kind of a pointy, up in the air style that we saw with the males. Not as big as the males, but it definitely adds to the cool silhouette of the character there. As you can see, it goes really, really high up and adds a lot of height. The glow actually is not as prominent as some of the others. I don't know if this is intended or just something that they're working on throughout the alpha. And this is the last one here, much bigger, really big, like massive horns sticking out there. You can kind of, it looks very similar to the one that we saw with the males there, kind of just a squished version of it, but it definitely is a super unique look. Those thick, glowing horns just look really, really great on this model, honestly. And I think if they were to be playable, this would probably be one of the most popular options. I would certainly choose it if I had to choose, but yeah, we'll see. As I said, they do have a ton of absolutely unique animations for the model. So you can tell that Blizzard have put a lot of work into these Covenant races, as we saw the Venthyr as well, having their own custom animations. So it is really cool to see that they're not just kind of recycling everything from the Draenei female, which is using its rigging from. Now for gearing, this is a super interesting one. Now Wowhead did do a post on this, and because they use the Draenei female rigging, they fit gear. They fit gear very, very well, as you can see from some of these images that they put together. Yeah, that's kind of suspect. As I said, it is just kind of an extra thing because they have used that Draenei rigging. They do fit gear quite nicely, but I'm not gonna lie, they do look pretty good in the gear as well. So yeah, let me know down below, guys. That's pretty much it. That is everything that is currently available. Do you think this race will be playable eventually? I think, yeah. I think, honestly, like, you know, give it time. Maybe going into the next expansion, we will probably start to see some of these Covenant races becoming playable. I think especially the Sylvar are a fan favorite right now. A lot of people are very big fans of this race, and I think the demand will be there for a lot of these Covenant races to become playable at some time. You know, look at the Volpera. That was definitely something that had a similar sort of situation. So before I go, guys, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't also got a partner Discord channel. And as I said, I am streaming on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/MrGM. We're doing the Shadowlands Alpha. We've been testing out Chromie time recently, more importantly, but we will be testing absolutely everything going into Alpha, going into Beta. So if you want to check me out streaming, twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.